Oh, this is the Sumula Penzi set.
This is the Sumula
Okay.
Penzi set. So this is where
We meet Dorothy Ghebutta at her studios in Nairobi's Westlands area. She has 4 studios here and others in a different location.
painted them different colors for different.
The busy Spilworks studio is constructing 2 more studios. Today, the studio can handle the filming of up to 13 different TV shows concurrently. That's a first in Kenya's TV production scene.
Colors for different shows. And so, because we're getting ready to now go back.
Today, we meet her as she inspects the changeover of one of the TV sets. A clearly hands-on CEO, Dorothy likes to know the details of all her productions. She insists she isn't a micromanager.
You came back from Canada having worked in corporate communications in a venture capital fund. And then how did you just decide to get into TV?
From the day-to-day running of the company, but when we are pitching clients and we are trying to get TV stations to pick our content, that's when I get involved. I also get involved slightly in the concept.
The steps that Dorothy has taken to the top is an inspiring one. Having started off her career in communications in Canada, it seems TV has always been of interest. Having gone off to Canada at the tender age of 18 and returning home every year, she noticed that something was changing in how Kenyans were watching television.
And there was a TV station that was doing so the previous year, but this year it was first. And I chunguzad. And I found that there are a local TV station that decided to play a lot of local content. And they were the top, and they've been the top ever since.
I will assume I know that TV station.
You know that TV station?
She started off with Block D, then higher learning, and here she says she learned the toughest lessons. And naturally, I was curious about the money. How did she raise the funding to film such big projects, and how did she start her business?
I actually literally started Spilworks Media on 35 shillings. It was all the money I had to go to KBC to sign my contract.
After signing that contract, the broadcaster provided some money for her to begin filming, but it wasn't all rosy.
You know, the money was coming, but the deadline had been set, and so I had to go and I had to borrow and I had to go to the bank.
But even with those challenges, the go-getter did not budge.
We had opened an account, and so we said we're expecting money, but the money hasn't come, but I still need to produce, and here is the contract. And they said, what exactly do you do again? And I said, why don't you come with me?
Now, 4.5 years later, older and wiser in the business, Dorothy found an avenue to make money.
I don't make money from production. I never make any money from production. If I get any money for a TV show, it has gone to pay for the costs. But I make my money from syndication. That's why it is important for me to own all the intellectual property rights over all my shows.
So what lessons has she learned about how to make it in business?
Your team, your human resource, that's the most important thing ever. And that's the biggest investment that you can make in training, capacity building, in creating employment and taking care of them, respecting them, valuing them, because from them, that's where the magic happens.
Having started out as a solo businesswoman, Dorothy went all out and now has a board of directors.
Some of them are shareholders, and those are people who had to sell the vision.
And having no prior experience in TV, Dorothy learned the hard way and opted to build her own studios other than hiring locations. Initially quite a heavy investment, but pays off. Just how did she learn this?
We actually went and sat for hours on end on a set, and we were seeing what they were doing, how they were shooting, how did they build their set. Their art directors walked us around and gave us advice, and we said, okay, we came home. But the thing is that we don't necessarily have what they have there.
The 35-year-old CEO remains tight-lipped about how much money has gone into the productions and the building of Spilworks Studios. But as our industry players say, about 250 million shillings is a fair estimate. And this, for Dorothy, is just the beginning. That's Dorothy Ghebutta, this week's leading lady at the Citizen Business Centre.